Hello, my name is host Derek. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, the internet YouTube program that's constantly reminding everybody that tomorrow's another day and that at the end of every rainbow is a pot of sunshine that sometimes resembles gold. With these words of wisdom, do I here begin today's somewhat somber themed live stream. I have been struck as I was at the home. Hi, my precious, precious, perfect, darling angel special pants. Have I mentioned, Rachel Apollosa, that you are constantly re-astonishing me with your beauty again, forever, for the first time, always? It's true. It's true. I am constantly being re-astonished by my girlfriend's beauty for the first time, always, forever again. Do you hear this? That's the pitter-patter of my little heart. I am a rather affectionate boyfriend, I'd like to think. Regardless, that's actually not the theme of this this video. It's a little more somber than that. You know, it's like there are these sort of life moments, right, where we fit into the stereotypical storylines of a life arc as one gets older. And one of those moments of transition is when one or both of your parents are no longer able to care for themselves, basically. Hi, Bacon. Just to make sure, I don't want any liability. You didn't get stung, did you? Watching that video? I was concerned putting that up that somebody might get stung and try to sue me. But hopefully you're okay. You made it over here anyway. That's quite a hike from over there to over here, so you're probably okay. About a bee's breath taking bolt beneath the big brown branch beside the bountiful brush borrowed from bright to black. That's nice. That's pleasant. Those are pleasant words. So, it's kind of a moment of the soul. Probably more so for my dad than me, but my dad's not really especially capable of having moments of the soul. He went over there to check out the place that Cameron and I went and moved the stuff in, set it up, installed the bed frame. It's a great room, and it's somewhat, I guess, depressing in the sense that no, I can't see who's watching, just how many people. Her roommate has pictures of her family there, and is not as far diminished as my mom is. And it's not a depressing place at all. It's a really cheerful place. It's a really, well, you'll get to see it in tomorrow's video if you want to watch it. I scheduled a video for tomorrow called Cam and Eric Assemble a Bed Frame, I believe it's called. So that's not a very exciting video either. It's about as exciting as the B video, probably. But, it's a nice place, and I feel comfortable knowing that my mom is going to be very well cared for there. That these people are all like. There's this one lady that I wouldn't like her at all, except because of her role there, and like, she makes sure that everything is like super super on point, you know. So I don't mind her because I see her as working on my mom's behalf. Thanks, Rachel. That was a standard definition of it too. Eventually, the high definition will process. I didn't want to wait for it to process, and presumably it'll look even better. Hopefully, somebody who needs stock footage of bees in a tree for whatever reason will find it and use it for whatever their purposes are. I put it on there. Anybody can use it for whatever purposes they want. I don't care. I have another video from like about a year ago. I have another vid from about a year ago. What about Frank James? That was of ants going up a tree. No, I'm not going to forget to visit. But the thing is also, my mom is really getting pretty far gone at this point. Obviously, we're going to visit, and I'm going to... they recommend we don't visit for... Frank James would use it for stock footage. Okay, cool, yeah. Well, anybody's welcome to use it for whatever purpose they want. I figure there are filmmakers out there who need stock footage of a beehive or something for, whatever thing they're doing, and maybe they might want to use that stock footage. So, they recommend that you don't visit for the first 5 days to let the person settle in, get used to their new environment. A 100 duck-sized horses for sure. My Girl remake. Do they have bees in that? If you capture the queen, it will produce pheromones that attracts bees. You can use it for an evil scheme. I don't really have any need for any evil schemes at the moment, but I'll keep that in my bag of maybes, What I am interested in noting is the camellia bush in the front, Rachel, has bloomed, but this one back here by the nest is still unbloomed. It is still slowly making its way to opening up. I'm looking forward to when it does. I'll take some pictures of it. We got this nice flowering bush right to the east of the deck here, and that should make some nice picture taking opportunities. Don't turn fire into your ear. Don't worry, I won't. What type of Shakespeare? Probably an ENTP and INFJ, I would guess. There's a major scene that involves a beehive in Macaulay Culkin. Shakespeare didn't study typology? Are you sure? I think I saw him in one of my typology classes one time. He kept saying, "What is thou repeateth this? I cannot understand this, you." Anyway, it's kind of heavy. It is. It's kind of heavy moving your mom into a home. When I came when I came back to live here, I told my dad basically, we can do this. We don't need to move her into a home. But of course, it's not my ship. I'm not the captain of this ship. My dad is. And he wants to do this. But the thing is, today he said, we're going to try a 1-week trial. What? Fucking yesterday we were, he's just such a nervous Nelly. It's understandable. It's a big life change for him. It's got to be more of a life change for him than for me. He's been doing caregiving for mom for a lot longer than I have. It does frame everything in our respective lives. And so it's a good idea for us to have about 60 days away from this. It's like the caregiving is not difficult, but it's kind of nonstop. It's like, at this point, if I'm watching her, I can come out here for a while and she's fine, but not too long, to get into some kind of trouble, The thing is, being a caregiver in the role that I have now means I have to be here every morning at 8:30 to get her out of bed. I got to be here every night at 10 o'clock to put her to bed. I got to be here every 2 or 3 hours between to get her up and take her to the bathroom. Not anymore. But when she's in her rollinator, she'll roll herself around the house some still. She doesn't walk anymore on her own. Very rarely. She got up and walked a little bit with using the wheelchair as a walker yesterday, apparently. So, there was a period when wandering was a big problem, but she's gone downhill pretty quickly the last few months. Oh my gosh. You guys, look who's here. It's Kangan Krishna Sarmapagu. Hi, Kangan Krishna Sarmapagu. So it was kind of heavy, not super heavy. It's like I've worked up to this idea. My dad's made me talk about it so many times, that I'm conditioned to it, I guess. And that's a good thing. But I mean, my dad deals with it in his weird eye polar way. It's all experiential for him. His understanding of things is very experiential, and it's very much whatever he experienced today is the forever truth until tomorrow, when some new forever truth becomes a forever truth. So that's a challenge for me, as the person he talks to about things. And as far as the thing is, I genuinely Countess, that's not Matthew's name, is it? I'm sorry to hear that, Theo. Well, I had awesome grandparents and awesome parents, and the thing is, I lost my mom a while ago. This person I've been dealing with is my mom, and yet she's not my mom. She's my mom on an experiential level, not really on an identity level. Like the person who's experiencing her experience is still my mom, and for that person, there comes my dad right now. That person, I want to make sure that she's as careful as she can be. Hi, Dad.
Your tools and your beer are in the back.
Okay, I'll go get them. Thank you.
Okay.
What do you think?
I was a little startled. All of a sudden, went bang when I turned the corner. Nothing's out of place, but I didn't know they were back there.
I forgot about them too.
Okay, then your beer's in.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
I'll
be in a minute.
Now off duty. I gather you just had dinner or lunch or food?
He's got 10 more minutes, but yeah.
Huh?
I said, Cameron has 10 more minutes.
Well, I don't want you to come in. I'm asking you about food.
Yeah, I'm good on food. Thank you.
Food. Okay.
Yeah. Does he get annoyed sometimes, though? He stays pretty cool. Sometimes. There's a time period when my mom was more difficult than she is now. When she was doing a lot more like screaming and yelling and stuff. And now she's kind of chilled out a bit. She's changing a lot from day to day. Did my dad just make sure my SI is accounted for? Yeah, he just reminded me of stuff. It's more of a TE thing too. It's like, go get your shit out of my car, basically. Which I will do. My dad gets mad at me sometimes. He occasionally gets a little frustrated with my mom, but generally he doesn't get too upset at her. He's a good guy. Too much precious data. All of my data is precious. That's what I call my junk, my precious data. Come here and touch my precious data, Rachel. Anyway. So I guess what I want to do, my experiences or data? Are you sure it's not my precious junk? I think my precious junk might be my data. Does not compute, say Alexa? Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to go out and get my beers from the car. My non-alcoholic beers. I got 3 different brands in the car. I got your Klaus Tallers. I got your Heineken. And I got your Buckler. Okay, so I'm going to go get that. If you don't mind terribly, can you guys, while I go get this non-alcoholic beer from the car, and also, you missed the non-alcoholic beers? They're good, huh, Rachel? Rachel knows. It's great. It's like you can drink beer without any of the negative consequences. O'Doul's is pretty crappy. O'Doul's Amber is pretty good. Regular O'Doul's is like the crappiest one. fondle my precious data. Go ahead. Well, there was Bitburger, or Buckler. You like both those. Right now I'm having a Heineken Zero. Pretty damn good. Tastes like Heineken. Oh, the Klaus Holler dry hops, that was the best one of all. I can't find that shit anymore. I should order it online. Yes. Too much noise in the data stream means it's time for Rachel and I to have some FI time. It is still cold. It's not icy cold because, I got it about an hour ago from Bevmo, but it's still pretty cold. What was bad about O'Doul's? It just sort of tastes like Budweiser, I guess. Yeah. The weird thing is I find myself really drinking them like I used to drink beer. Like, once I start drinking, like last night I drank a whole 6-pack of Bitburger. I just cashed the whole 6-pack. It's really good. Fankin has an announcement to make. Oh, thank God, Fankin. Please don't keep us hanging. We're really excited to hear your announcement. We don't know who you are or where you came from, but we're excited to hear your announcement. Matthew, you hear yourself getting called out on this point here? Go ahead. Share your feelings in your heart. Say, Can Krishna Saram Prabhu. My name is Matthew, and I think you're a very, 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 very special lady. I want you to fondle my precious data. That's fun. That's fun, Theo. I'm an ENTJ, I mean, really? You think I'm an ENTJ? Hi, Jeebus. What in the world could possibly make you think I'm an ENTJ? People say crazy shit. Who knows why? This channel screams TEI roll. Yeah, a little bit. Hope all is well. Positive energy to you and your family. Thanks, McDrama Bear. Thanks, McDrama Bear. You're a good well-wisher. I appreciate that. I guess he missed the episode where you're railing his TE. He's just being alternately provocative and like friendly and provocative and friendly, and he's doing his thing, whatever his thing is. I'm here for the announcement of Fankin. If it doesn't happen, I'm out. Good point, Matthew. We're all waiting for Fankin for sure. INTJ equals being dominated by bunny girls. What are bunny girls? Are they like Playboy bunnies? Are you a pervert because you're afraid to get your heart broken? His heart's pre-broken. His heart came pre-broken. I want a unicorn to dominate me. Hey, Eric, any thoughts on staying organized and mildly neurotic ENTP? You know, it's that old challenging thing. Do it now. Don't put it off till later. Whatever it is. Like, you know, when you get your shit on your phone, try to do something smart. Don't put it in a folder labeled FGHT, you know, just random shit. Name the folder. Theo's got good advice for you. Focus on organizing the things you value. Be aware that organization has diminishing returns as well. Like you need a certain amount of basic organization. Beyond that, it starts to be so much energy put into organization that is, like I said, diminishing returns. It ceases to pay off really. When I isolate that want a unicorn to dominate me clip. INTJ ENFP love. Huh. Listen, here's the thing, Countess. The truth about unicorns is they have a virgin fetish, which is why only virgins can ride them. Theo, you're probably an INFJ. I would guess. I think he probably is. This isn't an echo chamber for anything, Theo. This is talking with famous people. We don't do echo chamber around here. I don't know. I need to talk to him, you know? What about setting priorities? I have like 100 things I want to succeed in, and I pick 95 I won't succeed in. Right. Well, that's the big question, isn't it? The answer is you won't end up picking. You'll end up doing the things that are more compelling to you and not doing the things that are less compelling to you. Maybe when you're 60 years old, you'll settle down and snag a 25-year-old. The INFJ here are more genuine. Yeah, that's the problem with non-echo chambers, Theo. They tend to be equal opportunity critiquers. You know, I get plenty of the critique myself, plenty of the nuh-uhs and whatevers. You know, you got to deal with it too. That's the benefit of not being in an echo chamber. Hating people is hard and takes a lot of energy. I rarely hate people. If I do, I'll forget about the reason of hate shortly. Everyone gets to be any type they want in this group. I mean, they can try, you know. The thing is, until I've actually typed somebody, I don't really have an opinion about it. I mean, you know. Physical copies of my book? Nah. I mean, maybe someday. What a hassle. What's going on with Mom? Well, Cameron and I mean, it's a compilation of one-offs. It's a compilation of individual documents that are mostly made for videos. The one-offs work well enough as one-offs. Some of the, if you're saying that, I'm guessing you didn't read it very much. I guess you didn't really look at it very much, because I mean, it definitely tries to do multiple things, right? It depends on the one-off, because it's a compilation of tables and one-offs. Some of them attempt to make complexity simple. Some of them attempt to explicate the truth regardless of complexity. So it's going to be pretty tough for you to be reductive about it like that, because of the way it's put together. It's a series of one-off tables and stuff like that. Now, would it be better off if I put together a single book that really told the story and laid out the case in a progressive linear fashion? Sure. Have I done that yet? No. But, you know, it's like people like you are always looking for something to critique. It's either too complicated, or if it's not complicated enough to actually explain everything, it doesn't actually explain everything. Look, Theo, you can sit on the hot sidelines and snipe at me all you want and hate as much as you fucking want and whatever. If you don't care about what the actual correct understanding of it is, and you think this is more of an FE battle between you and me and who can be a bigger pedant or something, then go ahead and win your battle with yourself is fine. Because I'm not having that battle with you. I'm not trying to get you, Theo. I'm just tired of pushing. I'm just tired of just like constant negative pushback for no reason. Buckler. All right, so I'm not gonna smoke a cigarette right here. I am sending her roses for her birthday, which is coming up very soon. Thanks for spoiling the surprise, Jeebus. The pedentacular extravaganza. Yeah, of course I am. But Jeebus ruined the surprise. Of course I'm sending you flowers. I don't know. I can't really do much else for you for your birthday, you know? My big plan was to give you my dick in a box, but now that you're in New York and I'm here, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. My dick in a box. cut a hole in the box. So anyway, do you think athletic ability or coordination are linked with sensing, as in sensors are naturally better at sports? I think extroverted sensors are naturally attending to in a modality that is consistent with getting good at sports. It's like my daughter was never particularly coordinated or anything. She's an SE Dom, but it's like, I guess basically the answer is potentially. They have generally higher potential possibly to do things like that, but not necessarily. Like, for example, I'm pretty convinced that Andrew Luck, retired NFL quarterback Andrew Luck and former Stanford quarterback Andrew Luck, I'm pretty sure he's an ENTP. And, he ended up getting out of football because he couldn't handle the SI difficulties. He kept getting injured. He was in pain. He was uncomfortable. He didn't like it, and he retired. So it's not just a matter of SE DOMs. I think realistically, probably ENTJs are some of the people with the highest potential to succeed in sports because they're SI polar. Well, Kitty Freshness Pants, come here. Come here and love me. Come here and love me with your kitty ways. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Oh yes. You are so very special. Yes, you are. And I love you. Can you guess which bodily part I love you with? That's right. It's my heart. I love you with my heart. It's true. You are a very, very special kitty. An extraordinarily special kitty. Yes, she's a kitty passion winner, Theo. That's what we like to tell her. I have no knowledge of that at all, as to whether or not there's a correlation there or if it makes any sense or anything like that. I've always been a fight instead of asterisk F comma O. Look at all this FI, huh? This is some juicy FI. I've got some juicy, juicy FI from my special kitty friend. Shark teeth? Oh, Theo, I am so glad to hear that I'm your favorite ESHAFE subtype with an NETE minor axis. Now, I think that fight or flight thing, it really has a lot more to do with Enneagram 8, 9, or 1 than it does with cognitive functions. Like, My daughter is definitely a 1, and I'm an 8 in that uh, in the so-called head. No, wait, that's the body part. So you're a 9. Okay. Well, I think that has more to do with it probably than functions. Capio. Kapio. This cat's name is Capio. Kapio. That's Hawaiian. Yeah, Capio is a Hawaiian name. Let me look it up and see what it means in Hawaiian. What does the Hawaiian name Capio mean? Sweetheart. So that's what Capio means. Capio means sweetheart in Hawaiian. All right, Cloud. I don't think she does though. I know her ways. She likes certain kinds of pettings and not other kinds of pettings. Like she's gotten used to the chest pet, but she's not really naturally a chest pet lover. She's a very piggy kitty. She's a prima donna for sure. She knows what a special kitty friend she is, and she's not afraid to spend some of that political capital. Isn't that right, PP? Isn't that right, my Capio? Oh, yes, what a beauty you are. What an important kitty pageant winner. What feels like disappointment, Can Krishna Sarma Pagu? Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. What an important kitty friend. What a very precious and important kitty friend. Yes, Daddy knows how important and good you are. This is not news to me. This is not news. Why is she receiving me so well? This cat was born in my bed. Okay. So, she's been with me since birth. She was born sleeping next to me. I had her mother, the cat, and this was the one kitten that I couldn't find a home for. What type is this cat? I think this cat's an ISFP. I'm not afraid to type my cats and animals in general. So I'm quite convinced that PP here is an ISFP. She's very selfish, very I don't know what else to say. She's just an ISFP. But we're not conflictor types because she's a kitty cat, and so I'm perfectly happy with a totally one-sided relationship where it's like I serve the cat basically, and I don't expect anything from the cat, and we get along just fine as a consequence. And whenever she wants to be pet, I pet my cat, and whenever she doesn't want to be pet, I don't pet the cat. And when she wants in and out, one thing that she and I have a little conflict about is when she wants to play in and out kitty, because in and out kitty is pretty annoying. It's like, do you want to come in? Do you want to go out? Do you want to come in? Do you want to go out? She wants to go in, and then she wants to meow to let me let her out, and then she wants to knock on the door again to come in. That's kind of annoying. But she and I have some talks. We sit down, and I say, listen, hey, I'm not your fucking doorman, okay? Make a decision here, in or out. All right, kitty. I think that the gray and white cat, the feral cat who hangs around, I think he's probably an ESTP. Rachel remembers. Yeah, I think she does too. Remember how much attitude that gray cat has? How he just like saunters around being like, I'll run shit around here. Yeah, and what? And what? Yeah. He would. Yeah, he tests me too. That gray cat, he is. I'm gonna call him Tester from now on. You are listed. You see listed. Do this and that I'm EHP, right? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Everybody wants to provoke some sort of response, I guess. I don't know. Trouble. Trouble is a good name for that kitty, actually. Just look, I don't like anything race based like that. What I will do, I will say this. It does seem that there's a lot of SFJs, a lot of SFJs amongst Mexicans. Could just be my limited data pool. I don't know. I'd say Asians are more thinking, not necessarily intuitive, though. What are you talking about, data? I mean, the fact that I have an actual relationship with why I make decisions. I guess that's what's up with it. I have a relationship with why I make decisions. I just make them assuming my frame is as primacy. Yeah, she guilted me into it eventually. ESFJ the most feminine type, INTJ the most masculine. I wouldn't say INTJ is the most masculine at all. I would say maybe ESFJ is the most feminine type. I would say probably, probably ESTP is the most masculine. I would guess. Yeah. That seems the case to me. It's like, I mean, ESFPs, they just have a more bouncy energy about them that just isn't stereotypically masculine. I mean, yeah, ISFJ might be the most feminine too, actually more than ESFJ even. I would say though that like some of those standards, the standard has changed somewhat in that masculine is less masculine than it used to be. So these days I can be perceived as masculine, and generally I think am perceived as masculine. Whereas that's funny to me because, it didn't necessarily used to be that way. It's I'm not overtly sexual in the way that an ESTP is. I reserve my sexualness for Rachel and private time and stuff. ESTPs exude sexualness like crazy, males and females. What's the shortest way to know someone's a sensor or not? I mean, I don't know. It's a tough question. It's a question with no answer that I have for you. I don't think cardinal functions are either masculine or feminine. If you consider awareness of social dynamics feminine, then probably FI and FE are more feminine functions, and TI and TE are more masculine. But I mean, it incorporates half the types, so it's difficult to say a given test to eliminate all half the types. Introverted sensors play out differently than extroverted sensors. Introverted sensors you can identify by looking to the particularism of their knowing. Cameron is obviously an introverted sensor. He's so much in his element when it comes to assembling that bed frame at my mom's new place. And I would say SI is bound by their own experiences. SI DOMs are very much about their own experiences. Cameron's always relating experiences and anecdotes, and he's always referencing things from a long time ago. And just very calm. He's so calm and not bored by the natural progression of things. That's part of being an SI Dom as well. It's like he has this steadiness about him that comes from always subordinating the universal truth to his personal experience. No, ISFPs are sensors, okay? Because ISFPs have an implicit value of FI. They have a tool function, a utilitarian value. You're right. It's instrumental value for SE. And you're absolutely right. NI is an absolute value. That doesn't make them intuitives. It makes them sensors because they've got sensing ahead of intuition in the stack. You might try to say it makes them sensors who value intuition in a way that makes them appear more intuitive than other sensors or something. I wouldn't even agree with that, but that's just wrong. No, they don't have strong NI. They do not have strong NI. They've got an absolute valued NI in the third slot. It's their scorecard function. They feel a lot of satisfaction when they use introverted intuition for their own purposes and attain things with it. But that doesn't make them intuitives. It makes them sensors, actually. Just like the fact that I've got third slot FE doesn't make me, because it's an absolute value for me, it doesn't make me a feeler. It doesn't make me a sensor. So, yeah, that's wrong. What you're saying. Okay, well, Theo, you're just talking out your ass. I'm not going to bother trying to engage with you because you're just making claims. You're not justifying with anything. You're not actually saying why we ought to prefer this crazy notion that you're suggesting. And you've already indicated that the varying degrees of difficulty, similar to one-off tables, is still too difficult for you. So you can't even find the simple things in there. Well, nothing I can do for you, dude. You're obviously not worth listening to if you can't even follow that book, which is each document in which is an independent one-off thing. So no, sorry. You've told me now you are unable to actually engage with the material because it's too difficult, even though objectively it's a varying degrees of difficulty. And which tells me you're just unwilling to actually engage with the ideas. And now you're still coming in here and trying to present your ideas that are just unsubstantiated or unwarranted entirely, as though we ought to prefer them over mine. You're just being provocatively a troll, and you're starting to annoy me. So stop it. Okay, Theo, listen. You wouldn't know a good argument if it fucked you in the ass. So shut the fuck up. Why can't anybody multitask? Multitasking's hard. I can't multitask for shit. It's like, why do I waste my time arguing with people like Theo? He's got nothing meaningful to say. He's not here to actually make any good points. If he were, he wouldn't be constantly trying to attack everything all the time. It's like, if you're going to hate, fucking, why even bother being here? If you're just hating on everything, you know? What's the fucking point? Do you feel satisfaction at it? Like, I said more ridiculous nonsense. Yes, you did. So, congratulations. You're full of ridiculous nonsense. You want to dismiss me really badly. You want to hate on me really badly. Well, fuck off. You know, what do you expect from me to say? What do you expect me to say? Okay, but Theo, listen. If you were worth discussing anything with, you'd be asking me questions rather than making bald ass fucking assertions. You'd be trying to pin me down on things that you can actually negate. You've not negated anything. You just made counterclaims. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's it. You're not debating anybody. You're just making claims, right? If you're just making unsubstantiated claims, the burden of proof is on you to substantiate them, and you're failing to substantiate them, then nobody should listen to you. It's not like they're claims that are beyond dispute or something. You've not substantiated anything. You're just filling the air with toxic fumes of wrongness. Ew! What is that smell on the live stream, Eric? Oh, those are the toxic fumes of wrongness, thanks to Theo. He's been fuming wrongness at us. Yeah, it is annoying. I agree. I'm going to wrap this live stream up here in a little bit because I'm going to go watch the national championship game with my dad. Clemson versus LSU. Clemson versus LSU. That should be a good game. Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to urinate now. So everybody turn away, please, while I urinate. I'll get you more food, people here. I have fond memories of Rachel scooching her cute little bottom up here onto this sink and peeing in the sink. It was absolutely adorable. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. That's a juicy pool of urine. If you like your pools of urine juicy, you're in luck. All right. We do have extreme feelings. I have extreme feelings for sure. I am an ENTP, shark teeth. All right, so I've got to split. I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna call Rachel briefly, say goodnight to her, and then I'm gonna go and watch the game with my dad. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of bees. You can get them in that previous video, okay?